Hello, love bug. Welcome back to my channel. This is Priya, your manifestation coach, and in today's video, we are going to be looking at the only reason why all relationships either fail or are unhealthy. Once you actually become aware of this reason, you will be able to avoid a common pitfall that 99% of the global population fall into when it comes to love and relationships. In fact, once you become conscious of this reason, you will hold the key in your hands to manifest a loving, harmonious, balanced, aligned relationship. So, what is the root cause of all relationships either deteriorating or continuing to be unhealthy as they are lived out? Well, this comes down to one thing and one thing only: codependency. So most people are looking for love in all the wrong places. Most people, when it comes to finding a partner or that perfect relationship, in their minds, they have a story going on that goes something like this. Once I get the relationship, once I have my partner, then I will feel lovable, then I will feel worthy, then I will feel validated, then I will feel good enough. And so what this means is that now your happiness and your well-being is dictated upon something or someone outside of you. And in that moment, you have just become a victim to your circumstances, you have disempowered yourself, and you don't feel good, right? This is why you're kind of always feeling up and down, because your happiness is dictated upon your circumstances changing or somebody behaving a certain way. And this is what codependency is really about. Codependency is when you basically make your happiness and well-being contingent upon what is going on outside of you. And so for most people, when they are entering a relationship, or even when they are in a relationship, they are operating from the energy of codependency. And so what happens from there is that the other person in the relationship, whether consciously or unconsciously, feels the pressure of that energy. Because at the end of the day, nobody wants to be responsible for somebody else's happiness. Nobody can be responsible for your happiness. The only person responsible for your happiness is you. And so what transpires in most relationships is, people get into a relationship from the energy of codependency, from the energy of seeking to be loved, seeking to be approved and validated. And so once they get into that relationship, that is still the case. That energy is still running. That program is still running. So although they have somebody there, that energy of, well, I want to be loved, I want to be validated, I want to be understood is still running. And so anytime your partner does something that triggers you or that doesn't make you feel loved or doesn't make you feel validated or understood, you are intensely triggered and you don't feel good, and then things spiral out of control, and then next thing you're blaming your partner and you're saying she needs to change, and then before you know it, your partner is engaging and blames you, and then the whole thing plays out. So what happens is then you have two people who are sort of codependent on one another, where one person is codependent, the other person doesn't want to be responsible for somebody else's happiness, and you have that playing out, and that leads to very unbalanced, unhealthy relationships. But in most cases than not, this is a two-way thing. And so ultimately, this is the root cause of all relationships either deteriorating or, get to a point where it's really unhealthy, although you're in that relationship. Now, alternatively, if you were to flip this around and say, you know what, I'm going to start fresh and reset right now, because every moment is a new moment to become the next level badass, invincible, indestructible version of yourself. So if you would say to yourself, you know what, I'm going to become self-sufficient in my happiness and in my well-being. I'm not going to wait for the partner to show up, the lover to show up, or the relationship to change before I begin to experience love in my life. my natural state of being is love. And when you really adopt this, and it's something that you begin to practice, live and breathe, now you have become a sovereign being. And what happens from there is, you're no longer seeking love, you just are love, right? You are being love itself. Now, when you are being love itself, this expands infinitely. Your field expands infinitely. And so now everyone that shows up in your reality has to conform to a loving being, whether that's somebody new or your current partner, right? They have to transform into the most loving version of themselves, because that's who you are being. Everybody is a reflection of you. Everybody is you pushed out. Everybody is a mirror of you. So the key to manifesting loving, balanced, healthy relationships is about turning inwards and practicing becoming self-sufficient in your happiness and in your well-being, from the knowingness that everybody is a reflection of you. And why am I so sure of this? Well, because I've been through it. I have been, that person who at the beginning was searching and looking for love in all the wrong places, thinking that somebody was going to, once I was in the relationship with that special person, that then I was going to be able to experience love. And it was a trap. Because even if I did get in that relationship, I was still feeling insecure, because my happiness was dictated by what that person was doing or saying or not doing and saying. So, I was operating from that energy of codependency. But once I shifted this and I became aware of it, and I made the decision that, I'm going to be fucking autonomous. I am going to be a sovereign being. I am going to be empowered. I am going to be self-sufficient in my happiness and well-being, no matter what the fuck is going on outside of me. And I really meant it, and I really did it. And I took the time to focus inwards, to connect with my higher self and my divine self, to be a blended, full-fledged being in my now. Guess what? Everything shifted in my reality. This is when I started calling in high value partners who were also stable and aligned, and who showed up as a blended being. And so now you have two whole people coming together, not two people who are seeking love and validation from each other, but two people who are independently whole by themselves. They are responsible for their own happiness and well-being. And so now when these two people come together, the relationship becomes about enhancing each other's experience versus getting into a relationship to try and heal or to get something out of it. And so this is a trap that most people fall into or are still even living, right? Right now, I invite you to ask yourself, am I codependent? Am I in the energy of codependency? Am I seeking love? Am I needing love? Am I looking for approval and validation from my partner or from this relationship? Because if I am going to continue to allow my happiness to be dictated upon something that is going on outside of me. And when that happens, your relationship will be unhealthy, or your relationship will come to an end. But if you flip it around and you understand that you are the creator of your reality, that everybody is a reflection of you, everybody is a mirror of you, everybody is you pushed out, and that once you begin to remember that your natural state of being is love, and you show up every day as the essence of who you truly are, everybody in your reality, including your partner, your lover, has to show up as the best version of themselves, has to show up as the most loving, stable, vibrant, balanced, harmonious version of them. They have to show up in your reality to match you, to meet who you are being. So this is about asking yourself, am I operating from the energy of codependency or sovereignty? Because once you become sovereign, this is when everything just clicks into place naturally as a byproduct of who you are being. You're no longer trying. You're no longer trying to manipulate or, beat things into place, or you're no longer trying to have a conversation with people and get people to understand your point of view and to change and all that stuff. What happens is you become your natural state of being of love, and then people show up as the most loving version of themselves in your reality as a byproduct of who you are being. So the only reason why all relationships come to an end or, live out in a healthy timeline is because everybody is in the energy of codependency, whether consciously or unconsciously. Once you take codependency out of the equation, because you see it for what it really is, and your focus becomes on being sovereign, your love life will thrive. Your partner will show up as the loving being that you are being, but you first have to shift what's going on inside of you. The power has always been within you. Now, if you want to learn how to become a sovereign being so that you can transform your current relationship or attract your dream partner with ease and with flow as a byproduct of being the best version of yourself, as a byproduct of being self-sufficient in your happiness and in your well-being, which, by the way, is the key to sustaining your relationship, to sustain a thriving relationship forevermore, then you can click the link below this video and sign up to my free masterclass, the 6 proven steps to manifest your epic love life from within, where I show you step by step exactly how to do this. Also, I want to hear from you. Are you somebody right now who is in the energy of codependency, or are you working on becoming sovereign? Comment below and let me know. That's it for this video. I also have a message for you, actually. This is just coming through right now. I invite you today to remember who you truly are, okay? That you are an empowered being, that you are a sovereign being, that you are an autonomous being, that you are divinity incarnate, and this is who you truly are. You are the light behind the lens. And once you remember this and you begin to remember this consistently, this is when your life will click into place. Your love life will click into place effortlessly and with ease. So remember who you are. I love you, and I will catch you in the next video. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Catch you soon. Mwah.